Hi everybody at YouTube. It's Anneke Van Buren of Tampa, Florida. Well, I've spent the last 10 minutes trying to get the tripod and the ring light and everything right. And it looks like it's still not really where it should be, but I give up. So we're continuing our fall series of recipes in the cocktail series. And maybe you're getting sick of it, I don't know. One thing I would like to ask of you, if you do enjoy watching this, and you subscribe and you're notified by pushing the subscribe button, and then also the little bell that gives you a notice when I have something up. Every time you like something, that puts me up in the rankings of YouTube. Do I get anything for that? No, because this is labeled adult content and they will not monetize adult content. Gotta play by the rules. So I am making a big apple Manhattan today. I know some of you love Manhattans and you like them the way you like them, but this is something a little different. So I'm starting out with a shaker full of ice. And my ice maker gave out probably 3 weeks ago, and I've yet to get a service call on the thing. So I had to go out to the liquor store this morning, and that's when I got ice. So we're gonna have 2 ounces of whiskey, rye. And this is Crown. And this is about at the end of its life cycle here, so I'm hoping we're gonna get 2. Yeah, that'll be 2. There's another dead soldier. You ever heard that expression? It's so funny when you talk to young people and you come up with some of these expressions that you've known all your life and they've never heard of them. And then it's an ounce of apple brandy. Now, what I really would have loved, if I could have found it at my local liquor store, which also happens to have the best prices around, was Calvados from Normandy. And if you know anything about Normandy, outside of a World War II site and many, many battles in the memorial there, apples are a very big crop in Normandy, and so they make apple brandy out of it, but they call it Calvados. And then it's 2 splashes. I thought I had this off of here, and apparently I did not. There we go. 1, 2. Now you know me. 3. Oh, that even came out. Yeah, it did. I like a little more bitters. That cap doesn't want to work right. I'll have to fix it later. And then you shake, 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 shake. If I step back, I chop off my head. I just can't get this thing right today. It would be lovely to have a videographer here for all of this, but since I'm a single gal, that doesn't happen very often. Okay, I'm going to tap it, and then you could serve it on the rocks, but as the Manhattan, I'm going to put it in like this. So it's more than enough. Now, remember from before, this also calls for a slice of apple. My little apple here is starting to get a little, it's a Macintosh. It was probably harvested last year, and they've kept it in storage all this time, and they're finally starting to give up the ghost. See if that's enough. I'm just going to pop it right in there just like that. So let's see. Chin chin. It's different. It's not sweet. Actually quite good. I like it. I think that's a keeper. So it was 2 ounces of rye whiskey, 1 ounce of apple brandy. You can pick your brand of choice. 2 shakes of angostura. I used 4 or 5. Living dangerously. And I shook it up, poured that all over the shaker full of ice, and then poured it into a chilled cocktail glass and sliced an apple in here. That's pretty easy. So, that's the recipe. A big apple Manhattan. Now that's pretty fun for me. I'm an upstate New York girl. Now here's the other thing. One of the top crops in New York State is, guess what? You're thinking everything is the city. I hate to tell you this, folks, but if you've never been to upstate New York, it's country. And it's big apple farming everywhere you look, especially in the Catskills and up north, Albany, out in the Schoharie Valley, all around. Beautiful, beautiful countryside and farmland. Up towards Saratoga. Apples, 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 and more apples. So that's why I said I got such a kick out of being up north in the fall, because with all these apples, there's all these farms, and then they all have these really cool farm stands that have all kinds of gifts and cheeses and, you know, gourmet things, as well as apples, fresh apples, and then freshly pressed apple cider and the cider donuts, which I absolutely love. So this kind of looks like a blob on camera, doesn't it? But it's well, really it's a maxi dress. And if you can't see in this light, it's like a purple, almost a plum. It has a turtleneck. I had enough stuff on here, so I didn't think we needed earrings. But I have on, I love the turquoise against the purple. And I'll turn around. And what am I wearing with it? There, I see all of it. Those are Cheetah. I love animal print with purples. Actually, I love animal print with the jewel tones. Red, emerald green, royal blue, purple. Also looks great with cream. And these are very high, and they have a little peep toe. I don't know if you can see that. If you go to my OnlyFans or my Twitter account, you'll see more close-ups. I've had them a long, long time. So, recycling. I went in my closet one day. I have 4 walk-in closets in this apartment. And one is in my guest bedroom, and it's very small, and it's really filled with pillows. If you've looked around this place, you know I'm kind of pillow crazy. But that's all of us ladies. Oh, if you didn't notice, this has a slit right here above the knee. So it has just a little element of sneak peek. But the rest of it is pretty conservative, even though it's very, very fitted. So, yeah. And so 3 are regular size walk-in closets. And they are full. I mean, packed. So if I ever move, I'm in deep doo-doo, and I am thinking about it. So I'll keep you posted. It's going to still be in Florida, probably a little closer to my sister, but that's undecided yet. I'm going this weekend to kind of look at properties. What's happening here in Florida, and especially Tampa, this is a highly sought after location from people all around the world, and especially the North and the Northeast. Number one, there's no state income tax for a lot of them. Number two, it's because it's a Republican state, and there's a lot of people that just absolutely love Ron DeSantis. I'm not going to comment on that. This isn't the place for politics. And what has happened is that they have not kept up with the housing here and building, even before COVID. there was a shortage of housing. And then, of course, COVID came along, and that made it even worse. And then everybody decided to sell their homes, their big homes, up in the Northeast and in the North, cash out, come down to Florida, especially Tampa and this coast, Sarasota, all through this area, and buy housing at any price because the prices were going up because there was a shortage, and paid cash. So, housing shortage, not enough rentals. What happened to the rental price? Way up. And here in Tampa Bay, unlike, it's what, 3%, 3.2% inflation in the United States, Tampa's is 7. Miami's is 9. So every time we go to the store here, it's more expensive. And my owner of this beautiful, beautiful 2,000 square foot apartment has wanted to sell it since before I even moved in, and they've been nice enough to rent it to me. And then a couple years ago, I negotiated a lease higher because I knew if I didn't, they'd boot me out. And now they really want to sell it, so I have to go look for another place. And the problem is, here where I live, it's a very select community. It's a nudist resort, and the resort part of it is doing extremely well. And now everybody wants to come back and live here. And there's an extreme shortage of housing. And this time of my life, I don't want to have a big, huge mortgage at 7.23%. And they want at least $150,000 down, if not more. So what's happening? And the other problem is that because it's a nudist community, the banks don't want to finance in here. So people can't get mortgages. And they're coming in with cash. So our prices just keep going up and up. And if I want to stay in this community, I'm going to have to go to a smaller place for even more money. At this stage of my life, I'm not willing to do that anymore. So I'm looking for something sizing down a little bit, but still lovely. It is kind of fun because you know me, I absolutely love interior design and putting a place together and redesign. So I'm looking forward to this adventure. I'm going to be looking this weekend, and my sister's going to be helping me, and it's exciting for me. So if you want to see a whole lot less of this dress, just follow the link in the description. I don't want to get in trouble here with YouTube. And I do thank you for being here, and I'm sorry this is so long today. If you get sick of listening to me, I know you'll just leave. So thanks for being here, and remember, it doesn't cost a thing to be kind. We need a whole lot more of that in this world. Namaste, my friends.